OpenAI just changed how you talk to ChatGPT, and if you have ever used voice mode, you already know the exact problem it fixes. Today, OpenAI announced GPT-Live, a brand new generation of voice models, and it is rolling out inside ChatGPT right now on iPhone, on Android, and on the web to users all around the world. This is not a small tweak. It is the biggest change to ChatGPT voice since voice mode first existed. So let me break down exactly what GPT Live is, the one core thing that makes it feel completely different, who actually gets it, and whether it really lives up to the hype. Here is the problem GPT Live was built to solve. Every voice assistant you have ever used, including ChatGPT old voice mode, basically worked like a walkie-talkie. You talk, you stop, it waits. Then it answers. And the worst part, the thing that drove everyone a little crazy, is that the second you paused to think, even for half a second, it assumed you were finished and jumped in right over you. It talked past you. Real human conversation does not work like that at all. When two people talk, they listen and speak at the same time. You nod, you say, you jump in, you hold back, when the other person clearly needs a moment. That overlap is what makes a conversation feel alive, and until now, AI simply could not do it. GPT Live is built on what OpenAI calls a full-duplex architecture. Full-duplex just means it can listen and speak at the very same time, instead of taking strict, rigid turns, and that single change cascades into everything. During a conversation, GPT Live can show it is actually paying attention with little cues like, or yeah, the same way a real person does. It can do quick back and forth without that awkward lag. And here's the part people are going to love the most. When you pause to think, it can just stay quiet and wait for you, instead of steamrolling over your sentence. So the whole rhythm of talking to it stops feeling like you are barking commands at a robot and starts feeling like you are on a phone call with something that is genuinely listening to you. Now, a natural sounding voice is nice, but you might be thinking, okay, but is it actually smart? Or is it just better at small talk? And this is where OpenAI made a genuinely clever design choice. GPT Live is tuned to be fast and conversational, so it responds instantly for normal back and forth. But when you ask it something that really requires heavy lifting, a live web search, deeper reasoning, or a more complex task, GPT Live does not try to fake its way through it. Behind the scenes, it quietly hands that question off to OpenAI's latest frontier model. The big brain lets that model do the hard work and then brings the answer back into your conversation the moment it is ready. So you get the speed and warmth of a live voice for the easy stuff and the full power of OpenAI's smartest model for the hard stuff, and you never have to switch anything yourself. It quietly manages that entire handoff for you in the background. Let me talk about who actually gets this, because this is the part that matters for most of you watching. OpenAI is rolling out two versions. The first is GPT-Live -1, the full model, and that goes to paying customers across all of the paid tiers. The second is GPT-Live -1 Mini, a lighter, faster version. And here is the important bit. GPT-Live -1 Mini is the new default voice for free users, so you do not need to pay a cent to feel the difference. If you open ChatGPT, tap the voice button, and you are on the free plan. You are getting the mini version of this new full duplex experience. Paid users get the full-sized model with more headroom on top. And it is available across iOS, Android, and the web, rolling out globally starting today. So this is not some tiny preview locked to a single country or a wait list. To really understand why this is a leap, compare it to what came before. ChatGPT already had an advanced voice mode, and it was good, but it still lived and died by turn-taking. There was always a beat of latency, a moment where you finished, it processed, and then it spoke, and you could feel the seam between the two of you. That seam is exactly what full duplex erases. Instead of two people politely waiting for each other in a hallway, it is two people actually in the room, talking, overlapping, reacting in real time. latency and turn-taking were the ceiling on how human these assistants could feel, and GPT-Live is OpenAI taking a hammer to that ceiling. So why does this actually matter? Beyond being a slick demo, think about how you already use voice. Cooking with your hands covered in flour and asking a quick question. Driving and wanting to think a decision through out loud. Practicing a new language and needing something that talks back naturally. Talking through a hard problem when typing just feels too slow. In every single one of those moments, the old start, stop, wait rhythm broke the spell and reminded you that you were talking to a piece of software. Full duplex is the thing that finally closes that gap. It is the difference between a walkie-talkie and a phone call, and once you get used to an assistant that can listen while it talks, going back to one that cuts you off every time you take a breath is going to feel genuinely ancient. Now, let me be honest with you, because hype without the caveats is just marketing. First, this is a rollout, not a light switch. OpenAI is bringing it to users globally starting today, but global rollouts always happen in waves. So if you do not see it in your app, the very second you finish this video, that is completely normal, just give it a little time. Second, GPT-Live is a leap in how the voice feels and flows, the interaction layer. But the raw reasoning power still comes from that frontier model it hands off to. So think of GPT-Live as the natural human feeling front end, sitting on top of the same powerful brain. And third, natural, interruptible conversation is genuinely hard to get right. Knowing the exact moment to jump in and when to stay silent is subtle. And humans get it wrong all the time. So it is fair to expect the real-world experience to be impressive, but not completely flawless on day one. That is not a knock on it. It is just a realistic expectation to walk in with. But step back and look at the direction this is pointing. For years, the promise of a voice assistant you could just talk to the way you talk to a person was basically science fiction. Every version felt clunky, robotic, and stuck at one turn at a time. GPT-Live is the clearest step yet toward voice AI that overlaps, reacts, and listens the way a real conversation actually does, and it is landing inside the single most used AI app on the planet, in the free tier on the phone in your pocket today. That exact combination, a real technical leap plus instant, global, free access, is precisely why this one is a big deal and not just another quiet update. So here is what I would actually do right now. Open ChatGPT, tap the voice icon, and then try to interrupt it. Talk over it. Pause right in the middle of a sentence and see what happens. See if it waits for you, instead of talking straight past you. That tiny test is the fastest way to feel whether GPT-Live has reached your account yet, and honestly, it is kind of startling the first time it just works and holds the silence for you. If you found this breakdown useful, and you want clear, no-hype explanations of every major AI drop the moment it lands, go ahead and subscribe, because the pace right now is not slowing down for anyone. And the next big one is always closer than you think.